this might be the end of the world just because it's all the end. In 2015, the record has broken out to about snow-covered snow wide in the world, to Paris, to cities like Hanoi in China and other places. That is the highest recorded temperature in the AQI index of the WHO and the UNESCO. But it's still not the world's most ending part of this century, because it's just about the right size for our humans to develop more, because we wear masks all the time to prevent from pollution, this and that, there and this, because people just often go after COVID. Even more COVID confirmed cases each year, even more deaths each year, because it's just about cancer and arthritis and other diseases like the malaria. But let's not talk about that, because it's all belonging to air pollution. Maybe it's the end of the world, because we always have these types of diseases like arthritis. Do you know that my country in Vietnam have about 500,000 cases of cancer each year? That single one of this person is just about the right amount. It's just about the air pollution in the air quality index. It's just about ranking top 7 inside the air quality index. About 336.333 of the parts that maybe it will be the end, because it might be the end, because Vietnam is only the top 7 and the depths are very, very high. Each year when COVID-19 starts to ready to go away and to disappear, when people just work in offices, buildings, and maybe it's just because their quality will rise higher than ever before, or maybe it will be astounding more and more confirmed cases of deaths inside than COVID-19 ever before, and even more before for marine wildlife, to coral reefs inside the seas and waters and oceans, to the shallow waters, to Vietnam, to other countries that will spread by other marine life will disappear, other land life will disappear, other air life, birds will fly away, and other will just not get good in the habitat, because they'll just leave an area or a refuge, like they will go and stay in there and stay in that place. But it's not correct, because it's not unfair, it's injustice, because it's just about the right size for animals to develop inside the air qualities. Imagine that I'm born in 2014 and I just have that year in 2014 and 2015. These are the highest amount, so high amount that in 2015 Vietnam banned just of the air quality pollution to sea. Only rare events can see, like PM 2.5 to 03. Maybe it's not just that, because we can see how the air quality is green to 0 to 50, to all those numbers that surround Vietnam. People are going to work again, and they're just hanging around just by looking at that. And maybe the most polluted city is my city, Hanoi. Hanoi is just about the current rate that about 500,000 to 400,000 cases of just about cancer will die every year. Just like that, because it's very, very fair that in 2015, Nghệ An province in Vietnam and municipality in Vietnam is snowing for the first time. Rare event. Well, let's not consider because this is not all an event. This is just about the normal size for air pollution in Vietnam. Maybe people can reduce more of the good news. Maybe they can use zero emissions, stop burning fossil fuels, and stop driving more efficient cars. Maybe they can drive more and more electric cars, or maybe they can still use public transportation as it's cheap and it does not cause quite a lot of air and soil and fuel into the air, which causes global warming and greenhouse gases emissions. Will cover like a greenhouse with just about green air spreading like wildfire into Vietnam. To some places like Beijing now, this is the day. This is the day. This is quite the day that Beijing and Hanoi itself and British Columbia School University will reach about 226 to about AQI, but PM 2.5 is just a matter of life and death, just about how people can die and how people can live in Vietnam. They have to just choose their opinion and choose their point of view to say that whether to even live or die because of air pollution. I chose to live and I made it all through the air pollutions, which in parts maybe people will work more before COVID-19 starts to spread again and again. Because COVID-19 air pollution weighs far more than COVID-19 confirmed cases in Vietnam. So, see the results? Maybe Vietnam. Let's talk about the good news after this of this bad stuff. But maybe Vietnam is just about the right size. Maybe Vietnam means that when polar ice caps melt, Ho Chi Minh City will be underwater within only about 1 to 5 meters, and Hanoi will be too, with about 10 to 15 to 20 meters. Because all would be underwater. Vietnam is just about under sea level, and we need to protect from the ice caps melting in 2 meters, maybe in 2020. At that time, people will burn more fossil fuels. But maybe the government decided to ban using efficient cars in Vietnam in 2030. And maybe, more good news, that they will use electric cars and use more public transportation. And maybe it will clean up the air pollution, and maybe Vietnam will be cleaner with cleaner air pollution and land pollution, most likely, and maybe it will stop burning fossil fuels and use more renewable energy sources to come back to the old life of Vietnam. Will still improve to be a developing country which burns more fossil fuels. Maybe, this is the end. That is the end. What can you choose about your opinion? So, that's how Vietnam is all affected by just one type of air pollution. That is, it's Hanoi's and Vietnam's quiet killer. So this is the end. Hope you can see why air pollution is so important. And this is the end. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Chủ đề về pollution à? Xong quay